I got a couple questions in regards to my Italian is a little rusty from OPI. One of them being how it compared, since I have the Infinite Shine one, how it compared to the regular line one. I don't know because I never bought that one, but watching reviews, I heard that it's really good. That's all I can tell you. I ended up buying the Infinite Shine one because they were sold out of the one in the regular line. Otherwise, I would have never picked it up in the Infinite Shine. I rarely pick this line up, just because it's a little bit more expensive. So just save a few bucks and get it in the regular line. Okay, the next question was how it compared to It's a Piazza. It's a Piazza has never been my favorite orange. I much preferred Essie's Plain Koi because you can see it's a little bit more, it's deeper, it's more burnt, looks a little bit more rusty, right? Same thing with my Italian is a little rusty. It's a little bit more burnt. It has a little bit more, I would say even more brown than Essie's. I redirected the light and I'm angling my phone this way so you guys can see a little bit better, because I feel like with all the lights it was just looking a little, the colors were just not coming off very accurate. Here it looks really good. Okay, so It's a Piazza compared to my Italian has a lot more red in it. It looks like a pumpkin orange, or like sweet potato kind of color, I would say. And it's definitely a lot lighter, to where my Italian has a lot more brown. It looks, as the name suggests, a little bit more of a rusty kind of color. It's a burnt orange and it has a lot of brown in it. And then Essie's Plain Koi, it also has some brown in it, especially compared to, let's put this guy over here. Compared to It's a Piazza, you can see that it's a lot deeper and it has more brown in it. They're different enough where I'm happy to have both of them, but I gotta say, out of all three of these two are my favorites. I don't know, there's just something about I just feel like these, I like them against my skin tone a whole lot more than this one. This one's still good though, don't get me wrong, because it's still a really good color. I just like that like burnt orange color, I guess, more than a little bit of a brighter orange. They all have a really good formula. 2 coats for all 3. This Vlogmas is a compilation of some IG stories, and then the other day I recorded myself cleaning the living room, maybe thinking I could use it for Vlogmas, and then I changed my mind. But then I remembered that some of you guys have asked for a house tour, and although I'm not quite ready for a house tour, I thought this would give you guys a little sneak peek into at least our living room area. So when we first came to see the house, this was one of the selling points for us. We envisioned ourselves making memories in this space. The living room itself is really large. It takes up from the front of the house to the back of the house. So when I first saw it, I knew that we could split it up into 2 living spaces. One that is a little bit more loungy. You can sit comfortably on the couch by the fireplace and watch movies and just kind of cozy up. And the other side that's a little bit, quote unquote, formal. So we'll get into that in a moment. 99% of the furniture that we've bought is secondhand or we found at a thrift store, because I love old furniture. I love furniture that's a little rough around the edges. The coffee table, though, is from an outlet. We saw it on their main floor where they have all of the new pieces, and we liked it because it was large and we thought it would fit really well with the really large couch. And it's still a little too small, to be honest with you. So, but this one we found at the outlet only because it had a couple scratches. And I mean, I like furniture that's roughed up a little bit, so we didn't mind it. 2 items that were on my husband's list was a large couch because he's a tall guy, and a large TV. And we knew that the couch, we didn't want it to be too dark because our living space is very dark. Actually, our house in general is really dark. So it's a light gray, but it hints a little bit purple in some lights. Maybe you guys can see it there at the end. That TV stand we found at a thrift store back in Cali, in Chino. It's a thrift store in Chino off of Central. Freaking love this thing. It stores exactly everything that we need, which is awesome. In our other side of the living room, which is our quote unquote formal area, the idea was, okay, on the other side where it's loungy, the kids can hang out there, and then in this space, the adults can hang out, have some cocktails, play some cards, and have a good old time, right? That was the idea, but still be very comfortable. The table that I was just cleaning now, I just painted it. I actually stained the wood at the top and painted the bottom. It's an old breakfast storage table that I've had for years. And then the mirror is passed down to me by my dad. That coffee table there is one of my favorite pieces out of this entire living room. We found it at a Salvation Army, and I looked it up, and it's considered a French mahogany leather top on casters. It's a coffee table. It's so beautiful. The two chairs there is also thrifted. So is the couch that's sitting on this side of the living room. I initially wanted a velvet teal couch, but those are hard to come by in store. I would have to order it online, but I don't want to order a couch online that I haven't sat on or seen if it's even comfortable. So this is what we're working with at the moment. The two chairs there. The rocking chair is permanent. The other chair with the blue fabric is not permanent. I love these chairs. There's two of them that I found at a thrift store. But they're both going to be going into my husband's office, and they're on casters. They're so beautiful. So is the coffee table. I don't know if I mentioned that. Apparently, I love furniture that has wheelies on it. I'm not sure. But we have two wingback chairs in the garage that are waiting to get reupholstered. So one of the wingback chairs will go in this living area, and the other one will eventually make it up into our bedroom. The end tables are also from the thrift store, but I haven't decided on what color to paint them just yet. The rug we need to replace. It's our old rug, and it's a little bit too small, and so eventually we're gonna get a rug that's big enough, like the other side that's on the other side of the living room, and get a much bigger rug on that space. The wall where the mirror is sitting, actually not this one but the one on the other side of the living room, I was thinking of painting that space black, or that wall, have it as an accent black wall. I think that's gonna look amazing. If I don't like it, I can always paint it back. Okay, so back on this side of the living room, the fireplace is a little rustic looking. The brick that's on this fireplace is actually the brick that's on the exterior of the house, and I initially wasn't a fan of it. Just because it makes the house look even darker. Our house on the outside looks dark, but it looks there's a little kind of eerie tree sitting in the front. I think it looks really cool. It adds to it. So we're going to leave it. I did want to paint it, but then I changed my mind. I think it looks really beautiful. And the fireplace looks a little rustic, which kind of goes with the style. My particular style is a little bit more eclectic. I don't like furniture to match, but still be a little bit cohesive. And I like color, a lot of color. So the blank walls are killing me at this moment. So, but we haven't gotten to that yet. We still need to get shutters for this side of the house on these windows. They're the only windows that don't have any shutters. All our windows actually need to be replaced. They're original windows, so we feel all the heat in the summer and all of the cold in the winter. Okay, so what I'm doing right now is what is called a manita de gato, is what I'm giving my home. So I am lightly cleaning. I do this every single day. I do deep clean once a week. One thing that I do on a daily basis, though, is clean my floors because I love walking barefoot or with socks on. So we have fur babies. I have to vacuum on a daily and then steam the floors. I love this steamer. It's from Shark. It has 3 settings. So one of the lighter settings I use on the wood floors, and then a much stronger setting that I use on the tile floor. One thing that has become a struggle is plants. I love plants. I love greenery. It adds color. It adds life to a space. But our house is dark because we have so many trees in the front, and then the sun rises catty corner from our house, and there's a large tree kind of covering that space, so we don't get a lot of light in. Initially, I had 2 plants in this entryway. This is the entryway, by the way. And I moved one of the plants away, and now I just moved this large plant that you're seeing there because it was looking really sad. Our entryway is even darker than our living area. I know it looks well lit, but it's really not. It's a very dark space. What sold me in this entryway is the crown molding, and eventually we're gonna kind of continue that throughout the entire house because I think the crown molding is so beautiful. This mirror is a plastic mirror from Walmart that I painted 1 or 2 years ago. I have a vase on here that was brought to me by my mom from Nicaragua. And then those little fabric trees and deer, those are from Walmart. The maracas are from Nicaragua as well. And that welcome sign is from Target. The bird cage is from a thrift store. I wanted candles in there. I haven't decided exactly that area is not finalized, or the bird cage is not finalized just yet, but I just thought it was really, really cool. This year we kept our Christmas tree a little bit more simple. We still added our sentimental ornaments like as we do every year. They're the don't ornaments that are personalized, and then but we kept it a little minimal. This space here that you saw, the storage table, holds our record player and our records, and we like hanging out in this space. I like doing this every morning. I start off with my kitchen and then move on to the living room, because if I have the time, not all the times, but when I do, I come into the space and drink my coffee here. Especially these mornings, we've turned on the fireplace every morning, so it's been really comfortable. And here are my fur babies. They're always taking full advantage of the couch, and so comfortable and warm. And then our little village, our little Santa that was sitting in the outhouse. And then this is our new addition, which is a little camper for this year. So that's everything, guys. That is the living room tour. Stay tuned. I'm going to get into a very simple 2-ingredient cocktail in just a moment. Oh, that blanket is a Mexican blanket that we bought at a swap meet. I don't know if I mentioned that. Not really sure. Oh, and that's the bar area. You got a very small glimpse of that. Okay, so for this 2-ingredient cocktail, I lost the clip where I poured the apple cider, but I poured in 3/4 of a cup of apple cider and then warmed it up. You can warm it up for 30 seconds. Sometimes I do a minute if I want it a little bit warmer, but you want to warm it up before you add the liquor in. You don't want to add the liquor and then warm it up in the microwave. That will catch fire, so just be careful. And then we're adding a little bit of Fireball. So there's a brand called Fireball, but I bought the cinnamon spice. This is basically cinnamon whiskey from Jack Daniels. Pour about 1 ounce to 1.5, depending on how I'm feeling that day, into my cup, and then stir it. It's really yummy. You can definitely add maybe bourbon. But I like the cinnamon touch in the Fireball because it goes really, really well with the apple cider. So if you guys try it, I hope that you guys enjoy it and it warms your soul as it does mine. I thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.